How rotary engines Gnome engine work. Rotary Gnome engine were widely used in aviation before and during. Beside aviation, Gnome engine were also used in some early motorcycle and aircraft. So let's see what are and how do rotary engine Gnome engine work. About Gnome engines. Rotary Gnome engines are a type of internal combustion engines usually designed with an odd number of cylinders in a radial configuration. Unlike inline engine used in automobile and motorcycle, the piston cylinder arrangement in radial configuration are different. In this config, the piston in the cylinder reciprocate outward from the central crankcase. You might have observed them in historical documentaries or movies in which a man first rotates the propeller by his hand and only then the engine starts. History. A man named Felix Millet patented the design of rotary engine in 1888. He showed a 5-cylinder rotary engine built into a bicycle wheel in 1889. What an idea! Just pedal the cycle once or twice and then let the bicycle wheel and those cylinders do all the work. A machine powered by his engine took part in the Paris Bordeaux Paris race of 1895 and the system was put into production by Darroch, a French motor vehicle manufacturing company in 90s. Its parts. Piston. The piston is used to transfer the expanding force of gases to mechanical rotation of crankcase by a connecting rod. The piston is able to do this because it is secured tightly within cylinder using piston ring to minimize the clearance between cylinder and piston. Crankshaft. A crankshaft is a part which is able to convert the reciprocating motion to rotational motion. Here in rotary engine, the crankcase is fixed and the whole crankcase rotates. Connecting rod. A connecting rod transfers motion from a piston to crankshaft, which act as a level arm. Inlet and outlet valves. It allows to enter fresh air with fuel and to exit the spent air fuel mixture from the cylinder. Fixed crank. All the connecting rods are connected to the fixed crank. The crankcase rotates around one end of the crank while the connecting rod assembly rotates around the second end. Spark plug. A spark plug delivers electric current to the combustion chamber which ignites the air fuel mixture, leading to abrupt expansion of gas. Propeller. The propeller on the front side of the nose produces thrust. Working of Gnome engine. So how do the particular stroke take place during the rotation? Consider any one piston in its cylinder from the GIF. You will observe that a piston is at the TDC top dead center when it is in the top side during rotation and PDC bottom dead center when the cylinder is facing down toward ground. This happens because the length of the stroke is equal to stroke length distance between the TDC and BDC. Case 1. When the piston is facing downward, the distance between crankshaft and piston is only the length of connecting rod. Hence the piston reaches up to BDC and we know piston moves toward BDC either during suction or power stroke. Case 2. When the piston is facing upward, the length of connecting rod adds up to length of crank which makes the piston up to the TDC and we already know that the piston moves toward the TDC either during compression stroke or exhaust stroke. How do rotary engine start? As we discussed above in the first GIF, a torque is required at first to start the engine, which was given by hand. Imagine we'll have just rotated the propeller up to some extent. At this time, the cylinder which are facing downward suck air inside. Now I have to again rotate the propellers until the same cylinder come at the top side. As soon as it reaches the top side, the mixture gets compressed fully and a perfectly timed spark plug ignites the mixture and the engine starts.